Oh, welcome back to the flight deck. It's been a long day. We're coming up for 13 hours into the flight. You can see the coast off in the distance there. That is, what are we looking at here? That's Florida. So we're coming in over the Atlantic. We're on the arrival now. We're about 60 miles from top of descent. So winds have come around. I'll grab the weather and throw that up into the chat. Winds are more out of the east now, so we've switched our runway around. We're going to be landing on runway 08 right, so we're going to come in, make a turn to the west north of the field, and come around to land. So we should be good there, and we'll take a look at the map and see where we are in a second. As you can definitely see the coastline off in the distance. Alright, so let me get the map up. There we go. So you can see where we're coming in now. We're just kind of north off the coast. It was due east of Vero Beach. Heading down, we're going to come down and then turn in slightly here towards Bonefish, which gives the name of the arrival. We'll come down, we'll make a right turn heading inwards. As you can see here, south of Miami Executive. And then we'll make the turns around like this. We'll come in and land, and then we're going to be taxiing to the cargo ramp on the field. So that's what we got left on the flight. And as I mentioned, we're just about 40 miles from top of descent now as we're heading in, and you can see the coast off in the distance. So the weather across the route's been pretty good over the Atlantic and everything. Haven't seen too much in the way of bad weather, so we're doing good there. And we're currently at 32,000 feet. We didn't do our last step up. We've just remained here as the weather's been good here. We're just picking up some winds now coming in from the west as we fly in. So we switched over our fuel system now. Each engine is feeding off of its own tank. Our weight has come down severely. We've burned 114 tons of fuel so far. So everything is looking good. So we got the ATIS. We'll take it as we're using 08 right, and we've got the altimeters of 299er2, which is standard pressure. So that shouldn't be too much of a change to go from there. So we've entered into frequencies 110.3 and 087 degrees for the landing. I've also tuned in the VOR for the airfield, and we're 121 miles out from the airfield at this point in time. So briefing is pretty much done. We'll do our recall. Recall is clear and everything is good. Looking at the arrival itself, we have some restrictions on the way down. You can see them starting to appear in the sheet here, but I'm going to set our initial descent altitude down to 5,000 feet. We have a whole series of must-be aboves that we're going to be flying to, so that'll be great. At 2-pack, we got to be at 5,000, and that will be our main descent. Our platform altitude for the landing will be 3,000 feet. And we would expect radar vectors as we head out, tracking of 273 degrees. So we'll set that up now, 273, and then we'll self-vector ourselves around so that we are ready to go. So again, not much to see at the moment, but there is the coast of Florida. So we are in the Eastern time zone right now, so it is 10 after 11 at night local time. And as mentioned, we're now about 15 minutes away from 13 hours into the flight. I don't know why that was hesitating there. That was a little annoying. Had me worried, but the sim seems to be doing pretty good. No issues. So hopefully those little adjustments I've made and the little things I've done are helping. On the schedule tomorrow at 19:30 Zulu, we carry on with our around the world short haul. We are flying from Anchorage down to Juneau up in Alaska. We've now made it all the way around to the northwest of the United States in Alaska, so we're going to carry on that, head down into the States, down the Pacific coast, and then across as we get ready to get down to the final few flights on that series. We're going to end up back in Newcastle, where we started all those months ago. Tuesday there will be no stream. I have to go out of town. Wednesday we are back in the Boeing 247D doing our U.S. Capitals tour. Still up in New England, doing those flights in the old twin-engine radial airliner. Alright. So we'll just set in now for 5,000 feet, get everything ready. Believe she should start down on her own, if I remember right. Let me see how that does. 5,000 feet. Not too worried about hitting anything on the way down. It is Florida. I think the highest elevation of Florida is like 13 feet or something like that, so that is not a concern. So as we're flying along here, if you're following along and you're not subscribed and watching this, please consider subscribing. Lets me know how things are going and lets you know when we've got flights going on. If you wish to join in, all of the live streams are community flights. Some of them, like Wednesdays and Sundays, such as today, are on the multiplayer server. We use the Northern European server. And on Mondays and Fridays and Saturdays and Tuesdays, if we're flying on those days, we are on VATSIM, so you get some experience with that as well. If you want some help getting set up on VATSIM or help with any of the aircraft, come over to the Discord. We have lots of people that are knowledgeable and can assist with that, and we're always willing to get new people started up in the sim as well. So link to the Discord was found in the descriptions of the videos, and I just put it into the YouTube chat as well. Alright, so we got a ground speed of 487 knots currently, and that wind is almost directly out of the west. On our right side anyway. We're just about to hit our top of descent. There we go. VNAV path engines have come back and we are starting down. So we'll get on the radio and just make the announcement in the general area. Just to keep in practice. Miami area traffic, Skyways 5556, 16 miles from Geld, leaving flight level 320, inbound on the Bonefish 2 arrival for the ILS runway 08 right, Miami. Alright, so we're going to watch our speed. It's creeping up pretty good here. So we're going to switch over. We're going to keep a 280 speed going. And we'll come come out on the speed brakes a little bit as well. Help slow us down. We don't want the speed to get out of hand here. We'll ease it back till we get down to that 280. I'm just going to watch for my restrictions. So Geld, we have a 280 knot restriction anyway, and we have to be above 17,000 feet, which we are. So we're bringing that speed back to 280. At cast, we have to be at 250 knots, so we'll keep an eye on that. I'm going to bring our range in a little bit just to give us a little bit more information. Data, it's not giving us anything here. Should give us all our restrictions, but we are 63 miles out from the airport at the moment. But again, we're not going to be going direct. Get that speed back. 280. And there you can see the Florida coast and all the airports coming in. Fort Lauderdale, Boca Raton, and that coastal buildup along the Atlantic coast there. There's 280. The speed breaks out slightly just to help manage the speed. We're coming down rather steep. We're down to 2,000 feet. We do want to try to hit 5,000 at 2-pack, which we will keep adjusting as we go. Kevin's still back there. He's about an hour behind me. I am a little bit faster than he is. He may pop into the chat as well. But it's been a pretty good fight. Not sure what his load was for today's fight, but he managed to do it without refueling or having to stop anywhere. So good on him. Do love some of these names here. I got Blimey. Romani, Madonna, 2-pack, Capone, Gucci. We get a little bit creative in this stuff. 1,500 feet per minute now. We're down to 21,000 feet. Working our way in. There's Miami over there. This is, I believe, Fort Lauderdale International. One single truck, yeah. Well, you've been doing a massive effort there as you've been doing a job of 6 in your cabin crew, so well done to you. Again, there's Miami. Miami is a custom field. Can't remember whose it is. Yeah, I believe that's Fort Lauderdale International. Fort Lauderdale Executives just north of there. But we're still descending down, as you can see. And there's 2 pack there, so we seem to be lined up pretty good. We should make that 5,000 no issue. So we're going to set minimums. Minimums for our arrival on the ILS, decision height of 450 feet. So we'll go over to Barrow, set 450. .450 is set. And that's about a 440 foot altitude, as the airport elevation is 9 feet. So we're going to switch over to local pressure, and we'll dial that back over to inches of mercury and 2992. Is the local pressure. And we're going to bring the speed back now down to 250 knots. Let's get back on the arrival. We're going to increase our descent to 1,800 feet. Go to half on the speed brakes, get that speed back. Again, looking forward to the new avionics update, whenever that comes out. I know it's in beta right now. So we've got some cloud cover. Did say there was some scattered and broken cloud in the area. I know earlier they had some cumulus in the area, so but we're good right now as we hold. So as we head into 2-pack, we're going to switch over to heading mode and hold so that we can get a good angle in on the intercept for the ILS. There's 250 knots. Bring in those speed brakes, let the engines back to idle. And we'll bring our range in again to 20 miles. We are looking good so far. Picking up the localizer. Always a good sign. Now this aircraft does get a little tricky to intercept, so we're going to bring it in on manual using heading to get her lined up, and that should help us get a better capture. So we're going to fly out past Chrome and then swing around and then come in from there. Just to ensure that we are getting a good intercept. And speed's coming up. We're going to bring our speed down to 230 knots. Speed is below 265, so we're going to go flaps 10. Which is 245. There's flaps 5. Flaps 10 selected. Speed brakes in. We'll let the flaps keep us slowed down. There's our next turn. See downtown Miami's over here. There's the airport. As mentioned, we're going to fly north of the airport, westward, and then we'll turn around at 3,000 feet, come in for the intercept for the ILS. Let's It's Opalaka Executive Airport. We just saw over here. That's where all your business jets fly in and out of. And yeah, definitely got a bit of a cloud layer there. There's some of the downtown Miami buildings coming into sight. See them down there on the strip. And there's the airport. So we're going to be parking over here in this diagonal building there. That's Cargo City, where a lot of the cargo aircraft going out of. Alright, so again we want 5,000 feet at Tupac. We're just going to get ourselves set up for that. What about 1,500 foot per minute descent? There's 10,000 feet, so landing lights will come on, runway turn-off lights will come on. We'll throw on the wing lights and the logo lights. Make sure that we are all nicely lit up. There we are. And we are looking good. So we're descending nicely down to 5,000 feet. And there's the main terminal there in Miami. And we're going to fly out past Chrome and then we'll adjust around and come in. So it wants us on a 273 heading, which is what we've got set here. So as we come up to Tupac, we will turn that on. So airport identifier IMFA is correct. We're looking good there. And glide slope is now showing as well. Miami traffic, Skyways 5556, 3.5 miles from Tupac on the Bonefish 2 arrival, ILS 08 right, Miami. So we're going to dial in now for 3,000 feet. Ease our descent a little bit to 1,000 feet. And we're going to go into heading mode. Should have caught that slightly before we hit Tupac. And we're going to fly out past Chrome and then come back around for the intercept for the ILS. As you can see, the wind's coming around to a more northeasterly direction. It was given the winds at 040, so that's not too bad, and only at 4 knots, so we shouldn't be too bad on any type of crosswind. So we've officially passed the 13-hour mark on this flight. And fuel was predicted to be 45 tons. We're at 47.7, so not a bad prediction after a 13-hour flight. Within a couple tons of fuel burn. It's 5,000 feet. bring this up to 1,500 feet per minute. And Chrome will give us a 4-mile run to the glide slope intercept, which is good. So we'll be in good position to intercept. There's the glide slope. We're going under. We're now a beam of Chrome. To go. All right, we're going to bring the speed back now to 200 knots. And we're going to go flaps 15. Flaps 20, sorry, does not have a flaps 15 in this aircraft. Speed coming down, and we are level at 3,000 feet. So left turn, and we will intercept. Bring our left turn around to a 060. Give us about a 30-degree. Well, we'll go to 070, see where that puts us. It's going to put us too far, so we'll bring it back around. We'll take it in at a 120. There's the airport there. There's the 2 runways we're aiming for. We want the one over on the right side. That's 08 right. Localizer capture. See how she handles it. All right, just flew straight through. So this is the problem I've had before with this thing, where she does not want to capture. So we'll try it again. See if we can bring it in a little bit shallower. I hope this is something they fix. We may also be too far out. Try it again. not, we'll just fly it in manually. Yeah. It's not wanting to play, so that's fine. Alright, one last thing we got to do is we're going to quickly come down here. I'm going to go into here, and our approach, we're going to be going in out of flaps. So that's good. So back over the legs, back up. We'll bring in. So I've got a 158, so we're going to want a 163 for our approach. So we'll do the manual approach here. Speed back to 185. Here's the glide slope. There's 163. Speed brakes are armed. Auto brake is set to 2. Speed coming down, gear down. Flaps full. We'll get ourselves lined up now. So a little bit of trimming here, hand trimming. There we go. Miami area traffic, Skyways 5556 on the visual, runway 08 right. High. Still a little bit to the right. That's fine. We're doing it visual anyway. Very slight crosswind from the left. So auto brakes are set, speed brakes are set, gear down, 3 green, flaps full, lights are on, and no warnings. A little low. Good. Looking better. Still slightly high. Again, this is custom airport. I think it's Latin VFR's Miami, but could be mistaken. 500 to go. There we are. Continue. That's where we wish we had a good payware 747 would be nice. Auto throttles are off. Welcome to Miami. About 3 hours, 15 minutes on the flight today. Reversers are good. There's 80 knots. $70 knots. Reversers off. Auto brakes are off. And we will exit here. way. Let's take a quick look. All right, let's see where we are. We'll go around here and we'll follow. Where are we? Mike around. All right, let's get the flaps up, speed brakes up. Miami traffic, Skyways 5556 is clear, 08 right. Alright, so strobes off, wing lights off, we'll leave the logo, nav, and everything else on. APU start up. And we can taxi. So we're going to taxi Mike to Zulu. We'll cross 1-2 and park at Cargo City. Make a hard turn here. We're actually going on to November. That's fine. It'll take us to the same place. Skyways 5556 taxi to Cargo City via November Zulu crossing 1-2 Zulu to the apron. All right. We'll do our final checks. That's good recall. That's good autopilot disconnect. That is set off. Speed brakes are disarmed. Flaps are retracted. APU is up and running. APU bleeds are on. Just watching where we're taxiing now. And a little bit further to go, and then we'll park up. So next Sunday is the next leg. We're going to head from here over to Italy. That's the next leg. Now that race was apparently supposed to be this weekend. It just passed, or Sunday. But unfortunately they got rained out. Apparently there was torrential rains. So not sure when that race is actually going to be held. And I was talking with Kevin, and we're just kind of wondering if my virtual airline is going to follow the revised schedule as things happen, and if they will take that on and do those revisions, which would be pretty cool if they did. I think this is Zulu coming up here. It is. It's on an angle. Here's the midfield fire station. Just passing by. Alright, so we're going to turn here. Slow down a little bit. Around the corner. We're going to follow Zulu down. There's the cargo area across the way. Take a look at the cargo parking. Yeah, we'll just find one out there. I'm sure it'll tell us, or GSX will tell us that we're too big for it, but not much we can do about that. And Pro, hi. Oh, nice, thank you. Appreciate that. So this was one of the longer flights. I know some of the others, long legs, they broke up and they had it split in half, such as when we flew to Australia. But this one, for some reason, they did it as the whole 14-hour flight. So we had a little bit of a cheat with the salty mod and stuff not taking in the route exactly as planned. So I think it cut about an hour off of our flight time. All right, so we're coming up to the cargo ramp. I think we're going to do is come around this way. Got to leave a little bit of space for Kevin when he gets here. And then I think we'll pull in over here and park it up. This one looks good. We'll take it right to the end. So we're going into W14 Bravo. For those keeping score at home. We're going to watch that nose wheel on the line. We're going to go to the second mark just to make sure that we are back far enough. So once again, we left with 163 tons of fuel and 62 tons of cargo. We're landing with about 46 tons of fuel. Still have 62 tons of cargo after 13 hours and 15 minutes flight time. Again, this was done on multiplayer. We did stream the departure, the setup and departure earlier today, and then I flew the flight, and you joined us again for the arrival here into Miami. And there we are. Welcome to Miami. So let's get over here. We will turn off the taxi light. We will turn off the logo light. We'll get the ground power hooked up. Ground power is now available. Engine bleeds are coming off. And we can shut down the engines. I don't need you. You can go away. We are on external power. And the beacon can now come off. So here we are in Miami. Like I said, Kevin's about 40 minutes or so out. We'll see him when he gets here. But for now, that's going to be it for us. As mentioned, we're back tomorrow, 19:30 hours, as we continue our world tour. We're currently up in Anchorage, Alaska, and we'll be flying down to Juneau. Hope you can join us. We'll see you all on the next one. Take care. Bye for now.